49ers update at dusk from one of my favorite neighborhoods in San Francisco, Hayes Valley. Even has an outdoor movie screen on the plaza right here. But we're talking about Isaac Guerendo right now. The 49ers' second-year running back is again working out with Frank Gore and Jonathan Taylor. He did it last offseason. It worked because Guerendo was good as a rookie. He's a smart guy, so he's doing it again. And how about 41-year-old Frank Gore keeping up with the footwork drills? Give Frank some credit. He's in the 49ers front office now. The two young guns, the 24-year-old Guerendo and the 26-year-old Jonathan Taylor, who was the 2021 NFL rushing champion, are definitely giving him a good workout. I think that it's important to outline how efficient Isaac Guerendo was last year as a receiver. I mean, we talk about him passing Jordan Mason on the 49ers depth chart, and that's a big reason why San Francisco was okay with trading Jordan Mason, but we don't often put the exact numbers to it. Guerendo, 16 targets last year, 15 catches. That's an awesome catch to target ratio there for Isaac Guerendo. I mean, the guy was a wide receiver back in college before he converted to running back, and that's a huge reason why the 49ers love his contributions at that running back position, because he can deliver out of the backfield in a way that allows them to give Christian McCaffrey rests while not feeling that they're dropping off in a big way schematically, because Isaac Guerendo can do all the things that the receiver out of the backfield has to do in Kyle Shanahan's system. It's obviously going to be a matter of proving durability, and who better to train with than Frank Gore when it comes to trying to establish some kind of durability and longevity in this league. Frank Gore played 16 seasons and had 16,000 rushing yards after tearing both of his ACLs. I've researched this. I can't find a single player who tore both ACLs and went on to do something productive in the NFL. Frank Gore, after tearing both 16 seasons, 16,000 yards. People counted him out, and he was the ultimate Iron Man in this National Football League. So this is the poster child of longevity. Isaac Guerendo doing very well to work out with Frank Gore. I mean, I've shared the video of the wheel route that he ran against Detroit. That was a hell of a throw by Brock Purdy, by the way, stepping up in the pocket. It was the grenade out of the bunker. Reminded me a lot of the George Kittle touchdown throw from Purdy to Kittle in Jacksonville in 2023, except there were even more defenders crowded around Brock Purdy. But Guerendo has to get open for that play to work as well as it did, and Guerendo does get open. So McCaffrey, Guerendo in the 49ers backfield, that is going to be a lethal combination. Now you just got to keep both of those guys healthy if you're the 49ers. And if they do, well, they can be better, a lot better out of the backfield than they were in 2024. Health is wealth for San Francisco. Hayes Valley. So this right here behind me, that green area that's called Patricia's Green, that used to be a freeway, used to be the Central Freeway in San Francisco. So double-decker freeway used to run along the length of Octavia, and it spit out right about here. They tore it down in 1999 and opened up this beautiful new neighborhood where, of course, you have the outdoor movie screen. We got a lot of seating. The place Hazy's over on the corner behind me, good cocktails. And there's a new wood-fired oven pizza place. I think it's called 1734 Pizzeria. It's going to open up. I actually used to live in Hayes Valley, no longer, but this was a good spot to live in San Francisco. Cool little neighborhood to feature. One of my favorites in the city. Isaac Guerendo, keep an eye out for him. If you're working with Frank Gore and Jonathan Taylor, you are doing something right. Now, I'd like to focus specifically on the rushing aspect of things because, you know, when we look at the big picture, we've been talking a lot about how poor the 49ers defense was in 2024, especially the run defense. And, you know, we generally say that the offense was better. Obviously, there still were problems. The offense wasn't nearly as good as 2023. Most often we talked about the lack of receiving separation because the offense was dead last. But another big problem that might have been even more fundamental to the 49ers offense was the fact that they didn't run the football well on really any money situation. First downs, they ranked number 20 in rushing efficiency, and then on third down and fourth down with less than 2 yards to go, so situations where you'd really expect the run to come, the 49ers ranked down at number 31. where does Isaac Guerendo, where does Christian McCaffrey, the running back room in general, where do they fit into this equation? Well, first of all, Jordan Mason ran the ball well last year, but I don't think that he ran the ball perfectly. I think that he missed some open lanes. I think that you don't rank as poorly as the 49ers did in first down running efficiency and in third and fourth down running efficiency. Success rate was the way that they measured it for that number 31 finish. You don't finish that low if Jordan Mason was running flawlessly. So you have to have backs who fit well, especially in those base situations, into what the 49ers are running. And I think that's really their hope with Isaac Guerendo. And obviously they've seen it with Christian McCaffrey. He just was hurt last year. That was a big part of the 49ers struggles in those situations. But with Guerendo, his relative athletic score, his athletic profile coming out of college at Louisville, he was at Wisconsin before there, was comparable to Saquon Barkley's. I mean, this is one of the best that we had seen, 220 plus pounds, but he also ran like the wind on all the testing. He just didn't have a whole lot of mileage on him because of those injuries in college, which is why we talk about longevity and about durability being so important for Guerendo to showcase and to develop. But the way that he can one-cut the outside zone with physicality, which also will allow for inside zone runs, which will also allow, if the 49ers run some gap scheme stuff, will allow for that. What Guerendo brings to the table, I think, can really be an accentuator for a 49ers rushing offense that needs a boost after a rough 2024. The offensive line for the 49ers obviously was banged up last year. You missed Trent Williams for a lot of the season. Aaron Banks was hurt. Now he's going to be gone. Brendel was in there for every single game, but he was fighting through the knee tendonitis. Dominic Pooney was the one offensive lineman that, along with Colton McKivitz on the right side, who stayed healthy. They actually were better on the right side than they were in 2023. It was a much more ambidextrous rushing attack. They started rushing to the right side as much as they ran to the left side. In fact, early in the season, I think their splits were almost inverted. They're running more to the right side than the left side, which had been very unusual compared to the past. But in general, it wasn't the best year for the offensive line health-wise. Things shuffled around up there. The running back situation also was not a constant from 2023. So they're going to have to find guys to find their roles and stay there and stay healthy to get this turned around. But I also think that they need a secondary back who fits really, really well with what they're trying to do. And that guy, I believe, is Isaac Guerendo. I think that he fits that to a T based on what we saw last year. It will come down to longevity with him, point blank. He has to be able to stay on the field to spell Christian McCaffrey, and Christian has to be able to stay on the field as well. Look, think about the years where the 49ers have finished with a healthy running back. Those are the years that typically end with very, very deep runs. The one year where there was an exception was 2021, when Elijah Mitchell was playing hurt, but he still found a way to play, and Deebo Samuel was taken over for the running back position. They lost Raheem Mostert in week 1 of that 2021 season against Detroit. So every single time, without fail, that the 49ers have been able to make a deep run, they have found a way to really milk excellent production out of that running back position. It hasn't just been an ordinary Joe back there for the 49ers. They've been good football players at running back, and they're counting on at least 2 guys to be those good players, plus whoever they might draft. But they've got Christian McCaffrey and Isaac Guerendo. All right, signing off from Hayes Valley. There's the movie screen. They should play a Niners game on this big movie screen behind me in Hayes. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Shipping containers, movie screen, old Edwardian, Victorian houses. This is an eclectic mix that is very emblematic of San Francisco.